Hello everybody. I think we can keep this hand. Welcome to Tpull's Corner. This is Travis, and we're doing another Hallowed Haunting deck. We did one yesterday, blended with black and white, and it was feeling kind of slow to me. So today, we do mono white. And he should want to attack for 2 points. He should want to trade. I don't want to trade. I do want to do Machiko's Reign of Truth. And hit him for 3. And we'll go ahead and put down our Meticulous Excavation. These are not zombies. Doesn't seem like they mind. But since I've got a clear path open, let's double up on Machiko's Reign of Truth. There, caught up with their damage a little bit. Yeah, they're looking at the card now, aren't they? Ha! they do not attack this time. They do not attack me this time. They appear to have learned something. We will still attack them. They're just going to chump block, which is fine. Let's have another one ready. Okay. So what do we do against them? That feels about right. Are we chump blocking? We're gonna let one through? No, there we go. Yes. Yeah, let's do this too. Protection from vampires. It's the wrong deck. We're facing zombies and skeletons, but who cares? We're having fun. We beat the zombies! You know, you had a few too many skeletons in there for a zombie deck. Usually zombie decks are much faster than that. I'm sure they had a much more interesting kind of concept, but we beat them too fast. We won't get to see it. Alright, let's go in and show off the deck here at Tpull's Corner. Sigarda's Haunts is what we're calling it, because we have 2 copies of Hallowed Haunt, and we have 2 copies... Sorry, Hallowed Haunting. And 2 copies of Sigarda Splendor. Those are our 4 drops. Everything else is cheaper. We've got the 1 board wipe by invitation only that I usually do when I play white, and 1 farewell in case we have to worry about like graveyard recursion or artifacts. 4 copies of Meticulous Excavation. I'm doing this with Hallowed Haunting because you get the bonus spirit creature whenever you bring an enchantment in. So since all of these things are enchantments, we can, if we have enough mana, we can bring one up for 3 mana and then just put it back down, and guaranteed if we drew land and we don't have anything else to play, we can still increase our spirit creature tokens. For Machiko's Reign of Truth, I've been looking for a good deck to have 4 copies of this in, and it worked out well just now. I don't know if it'll work that way again, but that was fun. We got the 4 dogs, of course, to play around with that draw cards when they come in. And I've still got the 1 Sanctify I had from yesterday's black and white deck, and the 3 Ossifications that was also in yesterday's deck. 4 Borrowed Times, also in yesterday's deck. The new, let's see, Faithbound Judge was also in yesterday's deck. 4/4 Defender Flyer with Vigilance. If I'm going too fast, just pause the video. We've got the deck list published below as well. So the new cards, Farewell's a new card. I increased the number of Meticulous Excavations, and we added 4 Twin Blade Geists with double strike, and they come back as enchantment auras. I added in 1 Cathar's Call so that we could get more creatures in, and I added in 4 copies of Catilda, Dawnheart Martyr, and I've got to change. I simply must change the way that she appears. Because, hey, alright, let's just do this. Catilda. I don't like playing with the black and white versions. They're not bad art to look at, not bad a card style, but in terms of using it for actual gameplay, no thank you. Alright, if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. We usually try and put out something once each day. I just can't guarantee. I got full-time day job, I got a family, sometimes we go and travel, sometimes things happen. We've been on a pretty good streak for the last few months. But if I disappear for a day or a week, if you're subscribed, you should get a notification when I do put up a new video. And of course, the most powerful card in the deck, and they give it to me right up front, to be a dead card in my hand for at least 6 turns in a row. I'm glad the dog showed up at least. We will use Machiko's Reign of Truth while we can. Cost 2 mana, we got 2 points of damage in off of it. It has already done good work. On-curve Sheoldred usually can ruin our day. Not this time, Satan. Let's see if they're playing poker, if they have 2 of a kind. Invoke Despair. Let's get rid of that one, I guess. If they come up with more of those too fast... Ah, see, there's another Sheoldred right away. Cute. Here's another Borrowed Time. Here's another Machiko's Reign of Truth. Put it on our lifelink. Gain back all of our life. Thank you very much. And now we can play Farewell if we need to. Alright. Oh, they have a board wipe. Okay. We will just play you. I don't want to use this to draw a card. I want to keep that open. Do they have an aura or equipment card? They do! Isn't that nice? I could use a removal card. Land. Land was not what I wanted. Out of everything I could have gotten just now, what do? I don't want to get rid of enchantments. I can't afford to exile enchantments. And if I exile my creatures, I lose Sinner's Judgment. What if we bring out you and put you on you? Make you a 9/9 flyer. Do you stick around? He's got first strike, but no death touch. Perfect. Kill you, but you don't get exiled. And you can't stop my flyer now, right? You had the board wipe. Don't tell me you had Invoke Despair and the board wipe and 2 Shieldreds. Don't tell me you have individual removal still. I'm assuming this is going to get through. We got through. Portrait of Machiko having 4 copies is paying off for once, instead of getting in the way. Even though we don't have a lot of creatures. But I got more than I had yesterday in the black and white deck. So we have the 4 double strike spirit warriors, or that come back as spirit auras. We've got 4 copies of Catilda, we got the 4 dogs, that's a dozen right there. Add in our spirit defender. That can come back as an alternate win condition. We got a baker's dozen of threats. Not including all the enchantment sagas that turn into creatures later. So we got more than it appears we do at first glance. Okay, we put on the Geist first. We've got time enough for the card draw. If they have a 1/1, we've got the advantage for attacking. If they put down nothing, Machiko's Reign of Truth is going to have some fun again. They put down an Undead Butler. Uh-oh. Oh, Farewell's going to come in handy here. I'm glad they got rid of 2 removals. That's well done. Okay, Ossification. We'll do that instead. That way we don't need to worry about that Butler bringing stuff back, and we still get an attack in. First Blood is ours. But this is a tough deck. This deck easily gets me half the time. I just have another Undead Butler. Great. Oh, good, though. 2 lands and another Terra Sunder. They could get back Gloom Shrieker? Okay, so let me do Hallowed Haunting. No attacks. Gravelighter. Okay. It's not the worst. Bring on the dogs. And we're flooding out with land. That's 6 spells and 7 lands, which usually means we're going to lose. But we'll see. They can bring back a permanent, which means no, they had to exile. Yeah, they had to exile their other copy of Undead Butler. So to use this really to its fullest extent, they needed to hold on to it. They'll just bring back a land? That seems unworthwhile. Unless they have a 6-casting creature that they need to bring down. He actually attacks. Okay. Well, this will be fun. How do we want to do this? Double strike? Cathar's Call? Eight points of damage. We put it on our tokens, so the removal, we still have our dogs, and maybe we can get Meticulous Excavation out, bring the dogs up, and still get card draw out of them later. And that was 12 points of damage that they let through entirely. They discard a card for the indestructible part of that. And they don't have 4 creature cards in the graveyard. And they don't even wait. But I was going to have some fun. Another win, another card, another Prayer of Binding. Well, I've got 3 or 4 of those now. I suppose we could use that in the deck if we wanted to. Give us some more life gain. Not a bad idea. I may have to look at that card. I wonder if Arena's giving me hints. They're like, your deck's not good enough. Here's a card. The life gain goes well with Sigarda Splendor, right? Alright, while we wait, some people skip the deck tech, so I gotta remember to ask you twice in the video to like the videos. If you haven't liked the video, that helps me. Or share a video with a friend. That's also a good way to get people to come on over and find us and like us. Let's see, this one's the oil counters. And if it's removed, let's see, activate only if an oil counter was removed from a permanent you control this turn or a permanent oil counter was put into the graveyard. Okay. So. They might have removal. And they do! Let's try this. She's only a little 1/1. Will she survive? Urbrask Forge. Saw that one coming, actually. Not blocking you. Okay, that only does creatures or planeswalkers. Let's go ahead and do Machiko's Reign of Truth. And Meticulous Excavation. Bam. Get some life back. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. I just need land. Can finally get Hallowed Haunting down. Oil Counters is going to beef up the Forge quite nicely. If they don't have a way to kill my creature, I can put Twin Blade Geist on it next turn. Which would be nice. Gets an oil counter. Urbrask. Haste. 8 points of damage. Bring you down. That feels good. Bring that down to buff up. I should have done that before actually I attacked, but they really need to kill Catilda right now. Just another Forge. That is not enough. Mono red falls to flying life gain. $11 unanswered 4 points in 1 turn, and none of it does you any good. And notice, like always, they still hit me in the face, but they don't let me retaliate. It's like, here, take this, you big meanie, and then bam, bam. Okay, now we're gone, guys. We're out of here. All right, we'll do one more. Well, the matches are going faster than they did yesterday. It is a little bit easier sometimes to do a single color, so mono white instead of black and white. And sometimes we don't need the Hallowed Haunting, and sometimes we don't need the Sigarda Splendor. So we put together a good deck. It's got a number of different things that it can do. You got early removal. I haven't gone up against Echo of Deathswale in a long time. Oh, they've got the removal already. Okay. Let's see. That's a creature or planeswalker only. We're about to lose the rats. What if we keep the rats? Okay. You know, it's interesting. I never thought I would be playing this game, and I'd ask the question, what if we keep the rats? And the enemy would scoop right after I asked that question. I think we're going to leave it there. I got my 15 wins for the night. I got all my rewards, and we won a lot. So let me go ahead and show you the deck one more time. All right, so we've got the Farewell we can use if we come up against like a big artifact type strategy, or if they're doing a graveyard recursion deck. So we've got that possible answer in there. If they're trying to swarm us, or if they use like a Phyrexian poison deck and use the Twilight card, and suddenly we've got a dozen 1/1 poison creatures. You know, we've got one possible answer there for that. Although if they have 4 copies, we're up a creek without a paddle. We've got Hallowed Haunting to go wide and get a whole bunch of extra creatures. We've got Sigarda's Splendor to do the extra card draw and the life gain. We've got Catilda for the life gain. We've got some nice removals that work on things like Shieldred and Phyrexian Obliterator. I think these are the things that would work on Thrun, because we can't do single targeting a Thrun because you have to have green cards to affect Thrun. So these are all the thoughts that are running through my head with the current meta environment and the kind of cards that we're facing now. Meticulous Excavation, I do have 4 copies. It doesn't come up quite as often as I want it to. But like if I take out a token with Borrowed Time, we can bring it back up with Excavation and then use it on something else later. And so we can get multiple uses out of some of these exile cards. Also, if we've run through the Enchantment Saga, we can bring the Saga back up and run through it all again. I'm usually just bringing the dogs up and bringing them down for extra card draw. But with stuff like this, you can bring the Aura back up after the Spirit Warrior's already been killed. And if it comes back up in your hand, guess what? You get to bring down the Spirit Warrior again. So it's a nice way to sort of recycle and resurrect your creatures. So I'm having fun experimenting more with Meticulous Excavation. I think it's an underrated card with a lot of potential. And it's always a good call to put Cathar's Call in a deck like this. And then, of course, we have that alternate win condition that can come back at any time and bite you on the butt with Sinner's Judgment. If the games last that long, the enemies our opponents kind of scooped kind of early on us each time here. But, yeah, decided advantage. I like the way it turned out. Go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you think of it. And remember to like and subscribe. This is Travis signing off for Tpull's Corner. Thanks, everyone. Have a good one.